Hello YouTube, another day, another time. So leo bado tuna react part 2 of that girl when alikidnapiwa. When alikidnapiwa alikuwa set up by the cousin and then she almost got karibu uliwe bana. Sheesh, that is some wild story.
It's actually hard reliving this. I didn't even realize this affects me as much as it does still, because it happened a while back, but we'll keep pushing on. So here is part 2 of how I went on a date with the first killer, who did in fact try to unalive me on the first date. So if you watched part 1,
but to be honest with you, someone trying to kukunyonga on the first date, it will give you a lot of trust issues, a lot of trauma.
It ended at, I'm lying on the couch face up, I'm holding on to the belt that was being used to try and strangle me. Mind you, this is the same belt that I had used for my outfit. I had worn it. It was a red belt, and so the belt was like it was cheap quality, so it wasn't leather, and that's why it tore as I held on to it. And as soon as it tore, I make a dash for the door because I'm trying to get away, and this guy is inches behind me, so he grabs me from the back, throws me to the ground. I am getting up. I'm relentless. I just keep going back to the door. So we are fighting. I'm screaming, I'm shouting. And the weird thing is that house had, I could hear voices, a man and a woman in the other room. So as I'm screaming, I'm hoping that they'll come out and help me, but they never did.
Because people learned to mind their business. People learn to mind their business. From a personal experience, there's a time nilijaribu to help someone. It backfired on me pretty badly. It genuinely did backfire on me very, very badly. Mimi ndo niliingia kwa shida, see the person. Mimi ndo nilikuwa accused of things, is not the person I was helping. And I'm like, what if adi mwenye nilikuwa nasaidia, the person turned on me? I'm like, I'm trying to be a good person and help you, na nigeuzia. Na pia I've ever tried to help a girl mwenye kwa in a toxic relationship, anapigwa, and she turned on me. Mtu anaenda mnajaribu kumsaidia kumtorokisha kwa boyfriend, anaenda na ni snitch kwa the boyfriend. This dude is doing this, anasema ni talking. I'm like, what is going on? So a lot of people just learned to mind their business. Ndio maana hata mimi sasa nikikuona unapigwa, I'll be like, let me just mind my business. And pia mtu akinipiga and then someone minds their business, mimi nitakuwa like, okay, I get it. Though I'd appreciate the help, but I understand it.
That's besides the point. So I finally get to the door and it's locked. And this is why I say miracles really do happen, because I don't know how I managed to get the keys. And I'm finally opening. Okay. And so I finally get the keys, and so I get to the door and I'm trying to open it. He comes and grabs the keys from my hand, throws them somewhere to the corner. Again, we're fighting. Again, thank God for strength training, because I do work out. So my arms, my back is okay.
No girl. Hapana, it's not about strength training. Hiyo inaitwa flight or fight moment. Na a lot of females hawajai kwa in your situation, so yanafikiria ni nguvu yake. It is not you, because of your strength training. Okay, whatever chemicals na kicking kwa body inakufanya uko in that adrenaline. Okay, ni adrenaline though, ina spike up so much to the point something that you will never do normally. No maana she could fight back with the man, because the man ako chill. The dude they are like, I'm trying to kill this, I'm trying to kuua huyu dem. Yako chill, ako calm, because obviously ni kama amezoea that thing, so yako calm. He's not extending a lot of energy yake, ala pia if he's doing it pia yako in panic mode, nisisikike ni nini, ana try ku rush, so hata tumia a lot of nini. But then since wewe uko fight or flight mode, adrenaline rush yako ina spike up so much to the point you become 10 times stronger than the person who's attacking you. Hata kasi 10 times stronger, you as a female una become as strong as the dude mwenye ako chill, because yangi kwa in the same situation yenye ako ina rush kukuua, he is on fight or flight mode, possibly you will aungekuwa na fight back hivyo. But you get me.
It's a lot because it just keeps taking me back to how rough he was, how much he hit me, how much I was on the ground, how scared I was. But I wasn't gonna go out that way. It's a decision that I'd made. And so I finally managed to open the door and I dash out. Fuck.
Damn, you can actually tell it's traumatic. You know, me personally, to be honest, I never believed in trauma before. Kitambo, I never used to believe in trauma until nilikuwa naonanga like, this person is overreacting. This person is, you know, hii ni kitu yenye you just go by it through in like 1 day, 2 days, because I used to do that. Mimi nilikuwa na get over a lot of things so fast. But then one day something happened to me. It was because of some dudes, and it kind of was traumatic. Nakumbuka ilikaa for like a while, hapo nikajua like, damn, trauma is genuinely real. Like una hiyo flashback, unaona something, unapata that flashback, unaogopa kidogo, unapitia through some place, unakumbuka like, damn, experience that, inaitwa PTSD or something. That hiyo kitu ni real. Kama if you've never experienced it, you're lucky.
So I make a quick dash out and I'm running up the stairs. So the way those apartments were set up, it's two apartments on each floor. So I'm ringing both doorbells as I'm running up, because I'm hoping that one of the neighbors will open and help me. And this guy is running after me, but again, I do a lot of cardio. If you know me, you know that I run and do all types of cardio, so I'm fit. I'm very fit actually. And
again, it's not about your fitness, it's about fight or flight mode, adrenaline rush. The man, like, she thinks that because hajawahi kuwa in that situation before, because a lot of women, you know, apart from a lot of women hawajawahi kuwa in that situation where it's fight or flight. Either if they are getting raped, wengi wao they just, yes, they will fight back, but kind of wanna give up in the end, wako like, let's just happen, iishe, and then msani achilie. But which is a sad thing, of course. Siati nasema it's actually a good thing, but for those when you experience hivyo, unajuanga like when you wametoka in that situation, when you walijitoa in that situation, they know it's mostly about adrenaline yako. It just gives you strength, unnecessary. Not unnecessary, at this moment it's necessary, but you get what I'm saying.
So I'm able to get up to the rooftop. It was fairly dark and there were some water tanks that
God damn, flexing on us with the Stanley Cup. Damn.
That I hid behind one, and so from where I'm crouching down and hiding, I can see the entrance. So he comes out, he comes up, and then he looked very angry and he's looking around trying to figure out where I'm at. And I remember just praying that he doesn't come to where I was, because I wasn't sure that I'd be able to get away if he managed to drag me back to that house. After a short while, he seems to give up, so he goes back down he goes back down the stairs. So I get up. Obviously I'm not going back down that way. I don't know if he's waiting for me, maybe he's hiding. So the way those apartments were set up is at the rooftop they're joining the two blocks, the two twin blocks. So I go back down the other way and I'm doing the same thing. I'm ringing all doorbells hoping that someone will open and help me out, and someone did. One of the neighbors opened her door. It was a woman, middle-aged, and I'm just not making sense because I'm just like, he's trying to unalive me. I'm screaming. He's like, who? I'm like, I don't know him, but he's trying to unalive me. And then so I asked for her help. I'm like, please, can I borrow your phone? I just need to call my sister and get some help. And she agrees. So she steps back and she's about to allow me to come into her house. And at that moment I turn and I see across on the other apartment, this guy has my bag and my shoes in his hands and he just throws them down. I panic. I start running down the stairs again. I even forget that I am now safe and someone had allowed to get into their house. And I keep running until I was out of those apartments and into the road. It was like it was a rough road. It's dark.
Wait. I get you were panicked, like you were panicking, but that is like the worst decision ever. Umetoka from someone who's keeping you safe because the guy haezi kuja to nini two people unless he, he had a gun. But ama maybe a machete yenye angenini, but hiyo ingemletea a lot of problems. But why would you run outside penye kuna darkness? Why would you do that? Why? Where's the... And again, nimesema I get it, alikuwa panicked, but this inaonyesha a lot of females hawajaikuwa in that situation. So she's like making the wrong move after the wrong move. Unaenda kwa darkness. Like, cool, you can escape the darkness, but at the same time it gives you more, akikupata, like it gives him more cover. It gives him more cover to actually just do anything to you na kuache. I don't know because
it's like a field somewhere. It's very isolated. Then as I'm running, a light bar moment comes. I remember that I saw him throw down my bag and my shoes because this whole time I was barefoot and I didn't have anything. So I go back, and thank God I did, because I found my bag and my shoes where he had thrown them down.
You go back. Why, brother? Why, sister? Why? Yani, instead of Jesus.
Down on the ground floor at the parking. So I pick them up, I wear my shoes, I immediately call my sister, and so we agree that she will pick me up from town. She's like, don't stay there, just get as far from that place as you can. So as I'm going back out, it's now I think around 6 a.m. so it's starting to get bright outside. So I board a matatu. A matatu is a public means. So I board a matatu and I get to town, and my sister picks me up with her friend. And the whole time I hadn't realized, but as soon as I got into the car, she asked, what's that in your hand? And in my left hand I still had the piece of my belt that tore. I just held on to it the whole time, which was a good thing because it was the first piece of evidence that I used. So because I had there was a moment where I was blacked out, I went and got the tests done to check if anything had happened to me while I was blacked out. Thank God nothing had. Then we go press charges, and on the same day, and we managed to get him arrested because I could remember exactly where I had come from. It was in Ruaka region. Nothing against Raka, but yeah. So we go back to Raka. It was so we get him arrested, and then part of my statement I also told him about the witness, the lady that had agreed to help me. So she was going to be a good witness for the case. So I get this guy arrested, and we start court proceedings. It was important for me to get this guy off the street because something told me that it's something that he had done before and he had succeeded, unfortunately.
Obviously. That is the obvious conclusion. Kama alikuwa that calm, probably another person ameshaitoroka before. Probably he's done it a few couple of times before. And you still went back. You know, it's actually crazy, but watu huko wako na different lives. That's how nakujanga una realize you really don't know people until you know them.
And that if he wasn't put away, he would keep doing it. His next victim, I wasn't sure that she was going to be as lucky as I was, and so I needed to get him off the street, and that is why I went on with the court, and it was really bad. Getting to see him every time we had to appear in court was taking me back to that moment. And he's an average looking guy, but every time I saw him I just remember feeling scared, and it's like I shrunk into that scared little girl that almost lost her life to this person that she trusted to go on a date with. And the most craziest thing is, after I told my cousin what happened and asked him to come in as a witness, he plainly refused. So he never supported anything. He refused to be a witness. I had to come to terms with it. So I just put all my efforts and focus on getting this guy arrested, which I will share more on part 3.
Of course, the cousin will refuse because nikosha kuandaa kuingia kwa hiyo shida, cause pia anaangalia the logic behind it, like this guy tried to kuua and you want me to be a witness. I get it, karibu wa kunyongia kuwe, but you are not my sister, you are not my immediate relative, so whether kama ungekufa or not hainge impact my life. And niki testify against this person and maybe tukose proof and maybe he doesn't go to jail, because vitu kai allegation kai hiyo ni kali. I don't know the court process. I think lazima ukuwe na proof. Haiwezi kuwa tu word yangu against word yako na word ya neighbor mwenye ulikuja frantically ukisema ajibu kuninyonga, because how many people have done that. But in case aende free, you know, I'm the witness, so mimi ndo ndakujua kwanza. So I kind of get it from his perspective, mbona alikataa, but at the same time it's foul for doing that. Angeman up since he's a dude. But that is why you should never listen to your cousins and listen to your guts.